The Island of the Waking Heart. On a shore where the sand sparkled like crushed pearls, a small wooden chest was cradled by the tide. Inside lay a tiny boy named Hayy, who knew nothing of the world beyond the rhythmic hum of the sea. Out of the lush, emerald forest stepped a gazelle named Reem. Driven by a mysterious pull of the heart, she nudged the lid open with her velvet nose. Seeing the helpless babe, she did not run. Instead, she knelt and offered him the warmth of her spirit and the milk of her kindness. Hayy grew strong under the canopy of the great trees. He ran on all fours, his laughter echoing the calls of the exotic birds. Reem was his mother, his teacher, and his world. Together they wandered through groves of pomegranates and rested by crystalline springs. As the years passed, Hayy began to notice he was not like the others. He had no fur to keep him warm, no horns to defend himself, and no hooves to strike the earth. He felt a strange, quiet longing for a purpose he could not yet name. One morning, the forest grew silent. Reem, now old and tired, lay down upon a bed of moss and did not rise again. Hayy called to her, but there was no answer. He felt her chest, but the rhythmic drum had ceased. Where has she gone? He wondered. He realized that the body before him was merely a house, and the inhabitant, the light that made Reem move and love, had departed. He began to search for the hidden breath that animated all living things, turning his grief into a quest for understanding. Hayy became a student of the island. He discovered the secret of fire by rubbing dry branches together, watching the orange tongues dance. He realized that fire, like the spirit, moved upward and brought light to the dark. He made tools from flint and clothes from animal skins. He observed how the plants turned toward the sun and how the seasons followed a perfect, invisible map. Through his own reason, he saw that nothing in the world happened by chance. Every effect had a cause. As Hayy grew into a man, he turned his gaze toward the heavens. He tracked the silver path of the moon and the steady dance of the stars. He saw that the universe was like a great, harmonious machine, too vast and beautiful to have built itself. "There must be a maker," he whispered to the wind, "a one who is beyond sight, yet visible in all things." Without a single book or a single teacher, Hayy's heart filled with the light of a great creator. One day, a splash of white sail appeared on the horizon. A man named Absol, seeking a place of quiet prayer, stepped onto the shore. When he first saw Hayy, draped in skins and moving with the grace of a predator, he was afraid. But Hayy approached with a peace that surpassed words. They sat together beneath a date palm, and slowly, through gestures and shared meals of fruit, Absol began to teach Hayy the language of men. As they spoke, a miracle unfolded. Absol told Hayy of the prophets, the holy books, and the laws of his people. Hayy listened and realized that what Absol had learned from scrolls, he had learned from the stars and the trees. Their truths were the same. The reason of the island and the religion of the city were two paths leading to the very same mountaintop. They embraced as brothers, bound by a shared vision of the divine. Absol believed that the world needed to hear Hayy's wisdom. "Come with me," he urged. "The people in the cities live in darkness. They need your light." They sailed to a nearby island where a wise king named Solomon ruled. Solomon welcomed them into his palace of marble and silk. Absol introduced Hayy as a man who had seen the heart of the world, hoping the people would abandon their petty distractions for higher truths. Hayy began to speak to the crowds, telling them of the unity of all things and the beauty of the Creator. But the people of the city were busy with buying and selling, with gossip and gold. They found Hayy's words too deep or too demanding. Even Solomon, though he was a good man, was too worried about his kingdom to truly listen. Hayy saw that their hearts were veiled by the noise of the world, and his words fell like seeds on dry stone. Hayy realized that some truths are found only in silence. He and Absol bid farewell to the city and sailed back to their lush, green island. There, amidst the gazelles and the starlight, they spent the rest of their days in contemplation. They knew that the greatest truth was not something to be argued or sold, but something to be lived in the quiet pulse of the waking heart,